A very good evening. Today, in the second part of agriculture economics, I like to give you some information regarding that some nodal agencies and some other schemes implemented by the government sector. So this will be useful for your examination like JRF or SRF or any agriculture related exams. And that first one is I like to give you some information regarding that nodal agencies. Nodal agencies with reference to implementation of certain schemes or for doing some of the activities undertaken by the government of India. That the first one is regarding that procurement, processing, distribution, export and import of selected agricultural commodities. NAFED act as a nodal agency. NAFED started the year October 1958. And regarding that price support operations for pulses and oil seeds and market intervention operation for other agricultural commodities, the same agency, that is NAFED act as a nodal agency. And then regarding that implementation of agri-export policy, that APIDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority act as a nodal agency. And regarding the procurement, storage and distribution of the food grains, FCI, Food Corporation of India, act as a nodal agency. So under that, different procurement agencies are there. Regarding that wheat and rice procurement, that is taken care by the FCI. Oil seed and pulses procurement taken care by the NAFED, that is the National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited. And cotton procurement taken care by the Cotton Corporation of India, in short CCI. And jute procurement taken care by the Jute Corporation of India Limited, in short called as a JCI. And regarding that promoting export oriented production and development of the scheduled products, the nodal agency is again that APIDA. And then regarding that implementation of the national program for organic production, APIDA act as a implementing agency. So implementation of national program for organic production, NBOP, taken care by the APIDA. And then another important agency, that is a National Cooperative Development Corporation, started during the year 1963, in short called as NCDC. The NCDC, they organized first ever Indian International Cooperative Trade Fair, IICTF, in New Delhi during 11th October 2019. And NCDC also, they launched a new scheme in the name of Yuva Sagar scheme, the year 2018 November. This also entrepreneur schemes. The main objective of that Yuva Sagar Yojana scheme is to motivate and promote entrepreneurship of India in the cooperative enterprises and those individuals working for the business. So for this purpose, they are providing a cheaper loan for initiating that startup in the cooperative sectors. So these are all the steps taken by the NCDC with reference to entrepreneur development in the area of cooperative enterprises. And another main scheme, that is a first Pasu Kisan Credit Card. This particular scheme is implemented first time in Bhiwani of Haryana. So under this scheme, and the person they possess the cattle, they are eligible to get a loan. Say example, a person have one cow, means that person eligible to get loan amount of 40,783. That 40,783 also given in 6 equal installment on monthly basis. Monthly they will get that is somewhere around 6,797 rupees. So this will be distributed, and in this regard, that whoever got that loan through that Pasu Kisan credit card scheme, they have to repay that amount within a year with 4% annual interest. And the first installment, the repayment will start from the same day he received the first installment amount. So on the same day that will start. Again, that loan amount also vary from that cattle to cattle. Say example, if it is a cow, means they are eligible to get a loan amount of 40,783 per a buffalo, for 60,249 per sheep and goat, 4,063 rupees per a pig, 16,337 rupees. So these innovative schemes started in Haryana. So in that first meeting, they given somewhere around loan amount for 101 cow populations. So these innovative schemes started in the Haryana. That is a Pasu Kisan Credit Card Scheme. Then Asian Tea Alliance. So it's an international alliance. So this is launched in Zhizhou in China on April 19, 2019. That Indian Tea Associations, China Tea Marketing Association, Indonesian Tea Marketing Association, Sri Lanka Tea Board, and Japan Tea Association, they participated this particular program. And main objective of these Asian Tea Alliances, enhancing tea trade and cultural exchanges, technology exchanges, as well as globally promoting the tea consumptions. And also they are working towards enhancing global consumption of the tea by creating a sustainability agenda for the future Asian tea. So that Asian tea alliances started by the India, China, Indonesia, Sri Lanka and Japan jointly. Then another popular program, that is a doubling of farmers' income by 2022. The chairman of this particular program is Ashok Dalwai. And under this scheme, the government of India, they formulated a 7-point strategy to double the farmers' income. Those 7-point strategies are improvement in crop productivity, improvement in livestock productivity, resource use efficiency or savings in the cost of production, increase the cropping intensity, diversification towards high value crops, improvement in real prices received by the farmers, shift from farm to non-farm occupations. So these are all the 7 strategy and doubling of farmers' income by 2022. And by this time, all the programs implemented by the government, mainly they are focusing from production oriented to income oriented approach as far as that farming is concerned. So doubling of farmers' income by 2022, that chairman of that program is Ashok Talwal, and they have a 7-point strategy. Then another scheme, Farmers Innovation Fund, launched by the ICAR in the financial year 2021. The main purpose is to scientifically validate and scale up and propagate the innovation of the progressive farmers. So here they are aiming for converting that farmers into entrepreneurs, and aiming for that farmers developed a technology and all, and they wanted to convert as a product or a technology for the benefit of the other farming community. And main theme of this Farmer Innovation Fund is, if you do not apply the principles of science to agriculture, then we will fail. That is a motto. So under these schemes, some effort also made by the ICAR. Through that effort, they create a linkage between the farmers and 105 startup companies, agriculture related startup companies. And also ICAR, they developed 45 different organic farming models. So all those farm models are available for the farmers that may be suitable for different agroclimatic regions. In addition to that, ICAR also validated 51 integrated farming system model. So by following these integrated farming system model, the farm income will be increased. So this is under Farmers Innovation Fund. And then AIDEA, this is also a technology business incubator. And the full form for that AIDEA is Association for Innovation Development of Entrepreneurship in Agriculture, hosted by National Academy of Agricultural Research Management, that is ICAR NAM, Hyderabad, technology business incubator. This particular incubator is supported by NSDEDP of Department of Science and Technology and PIRAG scheme of that Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. So under this scheme, since from 2014, and they are supporting a startup across 14 domains of agriculture and allied sectors. In 14 domains of agriculture and allied sectors, they are supporting that entrepreneurs under A IDEA scheme. So this particular scheme is floated by the NORM. Then some information regarding that agriculture export and import, that share of agriculture export in the total export of the country is 12.26%. That is the fourth largest commodity in terms of export as far as India is concerned. Share of agriculture imports in the total import of the country is 4.09%. India's largest exported agriculture commodity in terms of its value is basmati rice, that is 32,804 crores, and highest exported commodity, that first that occupy that cereals, both basmati rice and non-basmati rice. Next to cereals, marine products. Next to marine products, buffalo meat. And highest imported material, the first that occupy that vegetable oils and fresh fruits. So these are all the highest imported material as far as that India is concerned. The share of India's agriculture export in the world export, that is 2.5%. Share of India's agriculture import in the world import is 1.5%. In terms of money, India's total agricultural export account for 2.71 lakh crores. India's total agricultural import accounts for 1.42 lakh crores. India's top agriculture export commodity in terms of values are, the first one is basmati, next to basmati that buffalo meat, then non-basmati rice, then sorghum. That sorghum it's mainly obtained from the cluster bean, that is mainly exported to the Arab countries. There they are using that one for extraction of the oil and that hydrocarbon fuels from the soil to the on the top level. For that purpose they are using that one. Then India's topmost agriculture import in terms of values. So we are importing that more of vegetable oils first, then fresh fruits, then cashews, pulses and raw cotton. So these are all India's top agricultural import in terms of values. And India export principles of agricultural commodities to USA. Then India imports principal agricultural commodity, particularly edible oil from Indonesia. And India's position in global export of agriculture, fishery and forest product is 14th positions. So that is a thing with reference to import export scenario as far as that India is concerned. Then another main important scheme is a Niti Aayog, that is 2015. It's a policy think tank of Government of India. So the acronym of Niti Aayog is National Institution for Transforming India. The policy making body of that Government of India is Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog formed in the year January 1, 2015. The first CEO of Niti Aayog is Sindhu Sri Kular, and present CEO of Niti Aayog is Amitabh Kant. And governing council of Niti Aayog consists of the chief ministers of all the states, and chairman of the Niti Aayog is a prime minister. So this is a frequently asked question. Niti Aayog vice chairman is Rajiv Kumar, and the full-time member of the Niti Aayog, that is Bibek Tripathi and V.K. Saraswat, and agriculture economist of Niti Aayog Ramesh Chand. And also Niti Aayog, they developed agricultural marketing and farmers friendly reforms index to comparing states on implementation of the farm sector reforms. So based on this ranking, that Maharashtra that stand first, Gujarat second and Rajasthan third in position. So these are all the matter I wanted to share with you today in this particular second part. And the third part I will give you that remaining part of the agriculture economics related information. Thank you very much.